What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Now, today we have something different. This month I pushed a little bit harder in Hearthstone to make Legend than I normally would. Took a little bit more time because I was just lazy, but decided to go back and I wanted to go over my deck uh, for you guys. Now, I went about 47 and 19. This is from Diamond into Legend and many, many games into Legend. And I wanted to go over and talk about the mulligan, what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep, um, your most favorable matchups, your most weak matchups, things like that. So, for me personally, um, in all of the 60 something games that I played with this deck, uh, obviously you want to go ahead and you want to keep the quest. That's the whole point of this deck. Um, as far as other mulligans are concerned, you want to go ahead and you want to keep the Bloodsail deckhand. Now, this gives you a lot of what versatility with the hatchet. I've seen a lot of people run other weapons. I personally prefer to run the hatchet because it's a 1 cost, and having the Bloodsail turns it into a 0 cost, so after you complete the quest, you can just immediately, doesn't matter how much mana you have, you can just immediately put it on. Now, for other mulligans, Harbor Scamp is a must keep. You should always keep the Harbor Scamp. It allows you to draw Pirate, so you're allowing that card draw. As for the others that you should be looking for, personally, it's my own personal choice. I know a lot of people won't agree with this, but I keep the Bloodsail Raider if I don't have something like a Harbor Scamp or a Bloodsail Deckhand, or even if I do. I like to keep the Bloodsail Raider. Now, the reason I do this is because I have it allows me to play a pirate on turn 2 for sure. It's a 2 cost 2/3, so it's a pretty decently sized minion for its cost, and it allows you to get that pirate out, get started on your quest line, and get going. You lose some of the attack because you don't have a weapon attached to you, obviously, but in most circumstances, that's fine. You still want to get rolling with it. Um, so those are pretty much the main the main mulligans. I know that for those that are aggro, you may want to consider keeping Shiver Their Timbers. However, you should primarily focus on your quest, because if you can't get the quest out, you're not going to be able to win the game anyway. As far as other cards in this deck are concerned, Provoke has been a big questionable one for, I'm sure, a lot of people. Most people don't like to run Provoke. Most people don't run Provoke necessarily. I like to run Provoke. It's won me plenty of games by forcing my opponent to trade their minions into, say, my questline reward, or maybe a Stone Mall Anchorman. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward list. Everything is all of the rest of this is in pretty much every other deck. If you don't want to run Provoke, I know that a lot of people have ran Barov. So a lot of people have run Barov. Obviously, it's a good option, and others have also ran Rukara, which is another option. I personally am not the biggest fan of it. However, I know that a lot of people have those preferences. So as far as matchups are concerned, playing through the matchups, I would say that my weakest matchup is probably against most of the Druids. That's my own personal experience. I have been fairly 50-50 against the Druids. because of how much armor resource that they have and the ability to gain armor and just ramp up. It's very difficult. It's very easy to lose those games. Um, Preferential matchups, mages take quite a bit of time to ramp up. So if you continuously are capable of putting out pirates and able to get your quest off quickly, the matchup should be fairly simple, fairly easy. I've had plenty of games against Paladin that have been stressful. Another rough matchup. And I haven't really had too much trouble against rogues or hunters either. But I know hunter can be kind of a 50-50 matchup. So those are a little bit of just a little taste of what is good versus what can be bad. Again, druid and paladin probably the weakest. Mage and rogue, in my experience, probably the strongest because of how long it takes and how many resources they need to have in their hands to take or to clear your board and take control of the game. So that being said, we're just going to get right into a game or two just so I can show you exactly how I personally play the game, how I play the decks, and we'll see how it goes. Alright. Accelerator. Pretty alright, man. Greetings. Let's see what kind of warrior he is. Warrior, I mean hunter. What am I thinking? Alright. Not many hunters that I've seen actually play with the leatherworking kit. That's pretty unusual, actually. I definitely go I'm pretty sure I go cargo guard here. And I want to say that I can Defias Cannoneer and Hatchet next turn. Like, honestly, that's the goal, for me at least, of this deck, is I want to be able to play the weapon and get the value with the Cannoneer. So I do this. That allows me to play the Freebooter and the Blood Cell Raider next turn, get the value down. So I go ahead, get rid of the big minion, hope one, can't get lucky, get both, but you know. So, wow. I'm actually kind of shocked. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play the Battle Ram. Like, that's a genuine shock to me. Now we just play both of these. I don't even care if it's on one. Like, I should but I'm just trying to smork it really, really hard. Because I still have Anchorman and Shiver Their Timbers next turn, so even if he plays like a really, like, honestly, I feel another Ram. So this is just Rush. This is just Rush Hunter, then. Next turn I can just freebooter Rikara. Easy. I don't like to make like my I don't like to think too much on my moves. I think when you start thinking too much, especially with decks like this, like you just start to overcomplicate things with and a lot of it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. It just doesn't make any sense to. Okay. Am I crazy? What am I doing? Yeah, no, that's fine. It's snakes, right? Yeah. Uh, honestly, I don't know why, like, I don't know what I was thinking. What did I think that it was? I thought it was Frost or Explosive. Honestly, Snakes was probably one of the last ones that I thought it'd be. Like, it doesn't really make any sense to me, you know? Actually, yeah. King Crush. Wow. That was easy. Miko Face. Blood Raider. Pretty good. Blood Raider into the Stormwind Freebooter. Definitely want to trade that off. So he's Ping Mage. Yeah. Or is he? I really like to play the Cannoneer on 4 if it completes my quest, gives me the weapon, because you kind of just forcibly deal 5 to their face. They have to deal with it or they're in a really bad position. So you're taking their utility out of their hand. See, you're taking Brain Freeze, Flurry, like course, they both go face. Because why would they? Why would they not go face? He's playing, like, so much, dude. So much. Like, look at everything that he's having to spend. Tradable? That's pretty good, actually. Free Rikara on 7. He's used 2 Siphon Manas, he's used 2 First Flames, he's got 1 Second Flame. Alright, now he's really in a tough position. I've got Rikara out. I don't know. I've never seen any of these decks run Frost Whisper, which is kind of odd to me. Draws 3. Like that's probably the most odd card to me. Gains 5. SM Orc. Cannoneer, pretty good. Trade off. Can he possibly play that can save him here? And then he does the mask, right? No? He's looking for any out that he can possibly find. It's fine. Smite off the top. Come on. Smite me off the top. But Mage. Easy enough. Right. So it's pretty much it. Deck is honestly really good. It's probably the most OP deck in the game right now. So if you're having trouble grinding up in ladder or trying to make that final push to legend in the next couple of months, I highly recommend this deck. It's fairly straightforward. It reminds me a lot of Base Hunter from back in the day or Aggro Shaman. But yeah, that'll be it. Thanks. Peace.